Hello everybody, welcome to week 5 of Mission 1000. I believe it has been exciting, insightful for you. I believe it's been a journey of 1,000 miles for you, right? So I believe you've been learning a lot, and I want to believe you've been gaining value so far, right? So today is day 21. We are just, this week will help us get into the half of day 50, right? So we have, after this week we have another 25 days to go, right? But today I want to teach us something that is really going to be a very important part of what we do, right? Which that is what I want to talk about today, and that is about handling objections. When it comes to sales, one of the things you must prepare your mind for as a realtor is the ability for you to handle objections, right? You must be ready to handle objections. So today, day 21, we're going to be talking about handling objections with confidence. You see, your approach towards what a client says after your pitch, your response, your dispositions towards it, your solutions or your response mechanism will really tell if a client will eventually become converted or not, right? So that's why this class is very important. So we're going to be turning objections into opportunities into this class. We're going to be turning objections into what? Opportunities. So yeah, objections are doors to deepen conversations, not otherwise, not a dead end. Objections are rather an opportunity. You see, when a client raises an objection about something, about the property, about a project, it's not for you, it's not to make that deal come to a close. Rather, it's to deepen the conversation, it's to help you get into the mind of your clients much better, right? So of course, today we're going to be diving into something that every serious realtor must master, and that is how to deal with objections with confidence, right? So listen, if you are real estate, right, which you are, I believe, if you are still in this class up to this time, you are in real estate. If you are in real estate, objections are part of the journey. Like, you will get it every day, as long as you are reaching out to people. Objections are part of the journey. So you'll be hearing things like, I don't have the money right now, or you hear something like, let me think about it, I'll get back to you. Let me think about it, I'll get back to you. Okay, I don't know about land in that location, or the land in that area. I hear that these issues, I'm afraid, or this wicked, this thing, or I hope it will not demolish my property in the future. These are opportunities for you to educate your client. These are opportunities for you to help them understand certain things that they don't understand. Don't assume that because it's on the news everybody understands real estate. Not everybody. In fact, there are a lot of people who work in real estate firms that really don't have an understanding of what real estate is. They've not grasped the cones of real estate. They don't understand what is workable, what is doable in that field, right? And that is why Mission 1000 exists, not just to make you a millionaire, but to ensure that you are equipped to become the millionaire of your dream, right? So if you don't know how to handle this properly, you will lose good deals, and that could that person, that deal you just lost, could have been a great client. I remember I've taught us about the chain reaction of what you do in real estate. You can see that one good client can link you up to many other good clients. So if you don't have a good client, or if you lose a good client because of certain objections that you are not able to respond well to, imagine the chain reaction. You have lost the opportunity to make impact. You've lost the opportunity to get other referrals through that client. Remember when we're talking about prospecting, we talk about how you move a client from prospecting. Then remember the book, I don't know if you've been reading the book, but The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. You move from prospecting, then begin to answer objections, and that's where we are now, right? We want to help us to understand how to deal with customers' objections, right? So Number one is the mind shift. Now I'm going to move your mind from where you used to understand real estate to be to where it ought to be. So here's your first lesson for today. Objections are not rejections. Please have that at the back of your mind when you're dealing with clients, when you're dealing even with your family member, even somebody. Most times, in fact, the first set of people you probably be selling to people that like you, trust you, and they know you really, right? So how you handle these objections when they bring up things up. Some people even discourage you and say, Kai, this real estate that you're doing, guy, go find another thing do. I don't want you to say they lock you for police station. Get. How do you deal with things like that? How do you deal with fear? So that's why I say real estate is for those who are visionary, who are persistent, who are courageous to see that they make lasting impact, because anything with real estate lasts forever, right? So I want you to understand that they are just disguised questions. Now, when a client raises an objection, let me think about it. What is it that you want to think about? It's not like you're intruding into their space. You need to, what are they thinking about? That is an opportunity for you to know, to bring up questions, to help them answer the things they want to think about. What do they want to think about? You need to help them think well if they are even going to even think, right? So you need to help them in their thought process, right? So clients try to make sense of buying decisions. Let me give you some few examples that will help you. Now, number one, look at an objection. For example, I don't have the money right now. This is common. I don't have the money right now. I wish I had the money. I don't have the money right now. I'm telling you, before a client says, amazing, I like this, their emotions have been stirred. Remember when we were talking about sales psychology, we talk about the emotional attachment of people. When we talk about how you can market more effectively, is how you can communicate to the more. And I talked about how sales is 80% emotional and 20% what? Rational, right? I hope you still remember. So this is a kind of response you might want to give. The objection comes that I don't have the money right now. This is what you translate that objection it to be. Is this worth saving for? Am I making a smart investment? That's what is in the client's mind when they are saying I don't have the money right now, because they are thinking the money they have, is it money for the right now real estate investment now, or there is something else? I've met people who say, I wish this is such a good deal, but the next time they come, the land has gone up, but so one thing that you can help your client out with this is that, what do you stand to gain if you postpone this decision right now? What do you stand to lose? Think about what you stand to lose if you postpone this decision right now. Now look at something that you can use as a response. I just gave us an example. I totally understand, right? This is you now responding. I totally understand you. May I show you how this land has increased in value over the past 12 months, right? Now you are responding to the clients. Now some of our clients started with as low as 200k deposit, and would you like to see a flexible plan that works for your budget? Do you understand? So it's a money matter, so you address it in a money direction. Do you understand? So that's one example. Look at another example. Somebody saying, let me think about it, I'll get back to you, or let me think about it. Translate this as, I am not fully convinced, right? Or maybe I don't have trust for this process, or even you the realtor that is speaking to them. That's what you should be hearing your client saying. It's a trust issue. There is a bridge somewhere. When they want to think about something and get back to you, to ask yourself, when someone comes to you and bring up some things, and you are saying, okay, I'll think about it and get back to you, you are not sure. You are in a position of uncertainty, right? So you are not sure if you should make this commitment or not, right? So what will your response be like? So then you say, okay, that's fine. May I ask, what part of the deal would you like to understand better. Probably I can help you explain more better, that could help you with your decision making and with your thought process, so that when you're thinking outside me, you can make the right decision with well equipped information. Do you understand? So you can ask, okay, that's fine, may I ask what part of this deal, or what part of this proposal, or what part of this project would you like to understand better? I would love to clarify any concern, so you can think about it with confidence, and probably come back with whatever conclusions you have on this, right? So that way you've come into their space and they will open up to you, and then they will tell you, I think it's this. Allow them talk. Remember, when we're talking about sales, you allow your client to do a lot of talking, you do a lot of question asking and objection answering. Do you understand? Allow them do the thinking, allow them do the talking. Some of them will start telling you gist and telling you past history. So from those stories and those lines, you begin to write. As a very good salesperson, you must learn to have your pen and your jotter whenever a client is speaking to you, so you can note. I'm teaching you to be a professional person right here, right? When a client is saying, I don't have the money, you should understand where it's coming from. When a client is saying, let me think about it, you should understand where the client is coming from, so you can pinpoint what are his objections, or what are our objections, what are the concerns really beyond. You must look beyond what is being said to what is being meant, right? So that's one of the things. Another objection that the client can bring up is, I want to talk to my spouse first, let me talk to my wife, let me talk to my husband. You've seen that kind of thing. I don't know if you've interacted. Yeah, if you've not interacted, you definitely see things like that. I want to talk to my spouse, but let me talk to my wife first, right? Now, this is a very, very touchy part. You must have the wisdom to handle it accurately. Don't be hasty to just get your client to just buy. It makes them, it repels them. It makes it lose as though you are just after their money, and that's all. There's something this guy has in this thing, just want my money. When you are hasty, no, don't. Learn to calm down. You want commission, you want to make sales, but learn to let your clients see what you are giving to them, value. Let them see that the transaction that is happening is a transaction of a higher value, because at that moment their money is more valuable to them than any land. Our economy, our system right here values money than many things. It is better for me to know that I open my bank app and I just seen and I see 200k, 220 million, 2 million there. It just brings this satisfaction. Okay, I still have more money. If you're not Yoruba, I still have money. Do you understand that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that comes with the fact that I have money? Do you understand? So if somebody wants to give you his money out, and you must understand that money is simply the exchange of value, is the receipt for a perceived value, what either the commensurately directed to the money value or more. So I'm coming to your kiosk, to your shop, to your mall to pay for something. I perceive this thing is of equal value to my money or much value. It is better for me to trade this money for this phone, for this meal, because I know that with this transaction here, I have a better value in my possession. Do you understand that? It's very, very important. So now somebody saying, I want to talk to my spouse. Listen to this. This is what the person is trying to say. I need more. I need more buy-in. Do you understand? I need something to pull me in, to make me to buy into this. I need an extra conviction. I need validation. That's what the person is saying. I need validation. I don't want to make a mistake. Let me be sure that I didn't make the decision foolishly alone or wisely alone. whether the case is. When people want to make real estate decision, the foolishness part of it is what is always in front of them. We need to see how you can erode them seeing it as a foolish decision to a wise decision, because people are scared, because people have been hurt, or people have seen situation whereby their family or relations are being hurt, and they don't want the situation for another person. Do you see that? So they want to be sure that they are making the right decision. So what will your response be like, right? You need to think about this thing. What will your response, if you're in that shoe, what will you be, what will be your response, right? So there's something like that. Okay, that's a wise move, sir, or that's a wise move, ma. I think I really agree. But would it help if we could jump on a three-way call, that is with you, myself, and your wife, or if I can share a short PDF, to show you about the project, so that it can help you in your decision making with your spouse, which I think will help you make the best decision. I believe two are better than one. Do you understand? So you make the person feel important for making that decision to tell his wife or her husband. Do you understand that? So that put them in the position whereby they can trust you more, because you help them to see wisdom in what they are deciding, and you are making efforts. You are making effort to see that decision he wants to make, you are ready to enhance that. Okay, if you don't mind, I can jump on the call with you and your wife, just to help you, just to help her, just to sensitize the conversation for her to understand the project and what we are proposing much better. There are some husbands will never take any decision except their wife says yes. Sometimes you need to understand the psychological communication when you are making that call, so begin to focus to, okay, ma, you leave the man and just focus on ma. Just get her, answer her objections, and that is how you convert it. Once she says yes, that is it. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Okay, so you must understand that the goal is not to argue. You understand? The goal is to bring clarification to their objections. So when a client raises some objections, the goal is not for you to be arguing with them. It's to bring clarification, not to pressure, but rather to persuade them with values. Let them know, okay, this project is proposed to increase in so percentage value over this time. Its proximity to this area and that area. You bring value propositions. You let them see the value in what they are getting, not just you trying to just get their money out of their hands, right? Because they must understand at this moment, their money is more valuable to them than the land, than the house, and the property. What can be more valuable to them is the trust or confidence that you have built in them as a result of answering their objections. So certain types of objections that clients do have, and there are 4 major types of objection. Number 1 is the money-based objection. Money-based objection is something that client says is too expensive, or I don't have enough savings for it for now. Those are money objections. Probably we can wait month end. I'm trying to get some money. It's not within my budget. Blah 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 blah. You can handle such objections by letting them know about flexible payment plans, right? And then how they can get return on investment, right? Those kind of things can. And the second one is the trust-based objection. Trust-based objection is whereby client, this is the major one among a lot of people who want to buy real estate. They want to be sure that this project that they are getting, how legit is it? Will I get my allocation? They've had stories, they've experienced many things. I was speaking with a woman on Saturday, and she was telling me how she has lost a lot of money to real estate. And it is now for you to be able to help your clients to build trust by educating them. So how you handle it is by showing them testimonials, showing them track record, showing them proof, office address, how they can book a call with me or with any of the team members. They can come see our title document. They can involve their lawyers. Those things that they did not do before, you now make them to begin to see and to now make steps towards it, right? So the third type of objection is the time-based objection. Time-based objection is when the client is bringing a time factor. Okay, I'm not sure I'm ready for it now. Maybe next month. It's time-based objection. How you dissolve this kind of objection is by letting them see the urgency in purchasing a property, that price will soon go up. This is the pre-sales. This was the price before. Now look at the price. It will soon go up. Maybe by the time you're ready, it might be too late. Or I don't know if you'll be financially prepared for that, because if you are using the current price state of properties now to judge if you'll be ready for another property later and say don't want opportunities always present themselves. Opportunities will always present themselves, but not at the same level of value. So it's either you are matching up to the next level of value in the next opportunity, or you take advantage of this value now, right? So you let them know about limited plots available, allocation window, early birds, early allocation, right? Those are the kind of time-based objection. So the next objection is the third party objection. Now the third party objection is a situation where the client is bringing in an objection that involves another person being in the conversation or being in the loop of that transactional process, right? Okay, I want to involve my spouse, I want to involve my uncle, I want to involve my lawyer, right? Those are third party objection, because there is the client, there is you, the second person, and there is another person that has to come into the equation. That's a third person, right? So how you undo this is by offering them materials, videos, and things that will enhance or encourage the third party to come into a group call with you, a conference call with you, or want you guys to take that call. There's even a client in my DM. It was like, okay, he's going to get back to me. He wants to speak with his wife. I shared with them various of our projects. You will know which one they're going to go for, right? So I'm willing to jump on a call with you, sir, and your wife, just to give further clarifications on which project best suits your desires. Do you understand? That is one way to undo a third party objection. You must understand that every objection has a solution. Don't see any objection as a wall that cannot be brought down or cannot be climbed over, right? The reason why a lot of sales go cold is because objections are not undone appropriately. It might look subtle, but you must be able to understand what type of objection it is and how you can respond calmly with confidence. Do you understand? That's very, very important. So here are three objection framework that can help you, how you can help dissolve any objection in these three process framework. The first is called the acknowledgement state. A for acknowledgement, the second is called C for clarity, and the third is called E for indicate. First, you start with acknowledging what the client, okay, I totally agree with you, speaking with your wife, speaking with your husband, involving your lawyer, because this kind of decisions will really be wise when two heads come together. Do you understand? You acknowledge. The next thing is what to clarify, but I would just want to know, just to understand what exactly do you need for that clarification. Probably I could help you with materials or videos that will enhance you discussing with your spouse in order to make the best decision. That's trying to get clarification. Then the client talk, then when they talk, then you go further to educate. That's the third level. Then you educate them and give them insight, value, proposition, make them to see, guide them through the process, and probably jump on a call with them. So whatever the objection type might be, maybe it's a time-based objection, it's a trust-based objection, it's a third-party objection, or time-based objection, whatever type of objection it is, ensure that you address those objections in this three-level framework. Acknowledge the objection, then you get clarification on the objection, then you educate. That is what builds trust. You must understand that clients are not looking for perfect answers. They are looking for someone that really understands their fears, understand where they are, and is able to lead them to that final end with confidence. I hope this is making sense to you, right? So let's try a real-time example. This is a real-time example. And my client is telling that I don't think I would like to invest in Gwagwalada. It's too far. There's an objection there. It's too far. So how do you handle this? Okay, I quite understand. That's quite a fair understanding. coming from you living in the main metropolis. Gwagwalada is far. Understand also that Gwagwalada is the first point of entrance when it comes to Abuja, especially when it comes from the south, from the east, from the west, right? Like, the first thing is what you acknowledge. The next thing is to clarify. Okay, I would just like to ask, what are you looking for to personally, or is it for personal use or investment purpose? What is your goal for this investment? Do you get clarification? So if they are talking about investing, they want to just invest, or I'm looking for a place I want to settle in down, then you can educate. Then you can then further educate by bringing them value propositions or making them to see why they should go for that project in Gwagwalada. I say, okay, interesting. One reason Gwagwalada is trending for land banking is because its proximity to this, that, and that, to the airport, to the university, to the hospital, to the barracks. It's the first point of contact. It's highly economical. It has high economic traction. I don't know what your nature of the job is. Sometimes you need to build some level of rapport with your client that brings them to a level they can trust you, and then you made them to understand that people who buy early now are people who get to secure the land at good price and have better return on investment. So this is how you help to solve objections, through acknowledging, clarification, and what? Educating, right? So here's the truth. If you handle objection well, you will not just close it, you will convert that client to become a spokesman for you. It will become your referral engine, refer many other person, because once he is well educated and clarified on certain things, you are the go-to person. Do you understand? It will build trust, and once there is trust, there is always validations, right? So clients are not looking for perfect answer, they are looking for someone who will walk them through with confidence, just like I mentioned earlier. So here's your task for today. Simple but powerful. These 3 objections you might have faced recently. If you have been engaging, you must have faced some objection, maybe on social media, in DMs, or probably cold calling, cold emails, cold DMs, whatever. Probably be engaging broadcast lists like I taught before, right? Then write down the best response you can use using the ACE method framework, right? Acknowledging, clarification, educating. Then put it in a document and put it in the Google Classroom, right? So let's build confidence one objection at a time. I hope you're getting this. So see you tomorrow, day 22. Thank you.